What if the only thing stopping you is the idea that you're not ready yet? This painting was supposed to be perfect. It was my first time creating textured art on a large canvas. I didn't have the right tools, and halfway through, I almost stopped. But I didn't. But how? Let's start from the beginning. There is something about early mornings that feels honest. No pressure, no noise, just you and your thoughts. On this particular morning, I knew I was about to do something I had never done before. I was going to create my first large texture canvas piece. And I won't lie, I was nervous. It's funny how we think big creative decisions need big dramatic moments. But most of the time, they begin like this, quietly, while making breakfast, while thinking if we are even ready. Because the truth was, I wasn't fully ready. I didn't have all the proper tools for texture art, not the fancy palette knives, not the perfect materials, and I also had just one day to complete it because I was supposed to ship it to somewhere within a day. Standing in front of that blank canvas, I had two choices: wait until I had everything perfect, or start with what I had. And this time I chose to start. I thought maybe it won't be perfect or I won't be able to ship it, but still I chose to start. I generally do my art practice in watercolors and I love watercolors. But recently I've been trying different mediums as well. This was my first time working on a canvas this big, and you can actually see it in the process. There were moments where I struggled to smooth the texture, moments where I wished I had better tools to make it cleaner, more refined, or more professional. But creativity doesn't always wait for perfect conditions. Sometimes it just asks you to show up. I think we often delay starting something because we are afraid it won't match the image in our head. We want the first attempt to look like the 10th. We want beginner effort with expert results. And when that doesn't happen, we feel disappointed. But here is what I realized while making this piece: it may not be perfect, it may not be as smooth as I imagined, but it is honest. It reflects my current skill, my current resources, my current moment in life. And that is enough. If I had waited until I bought better tools, if I had waited for more time, if I had waited to feel completely confident, this painting wouldn't exist. And how many dreams stay invisible just because we keep waiting? Waiting to be better, waiting to be ready, waiting to be perfect. But perfection is a moving target. Growth only happens in motion. While making this art, to make a best mixture, I used wall putty, acrylic colors, and an adequate amount of glue into it. So it's totally depend on your requirement, and while creating mixture you can always check out how smooth your paste needs to be. So when I completed it, and when I stepped back and looked at this piece, I didn't see flaws first. I saw courage, I saw effort, I saw a version of myself who didn't let the lack of tools stop her. And honestly, that matters more than smooth texture ever will. So, if you're holding back on something, starting a new project, starting a new art form, learning a skill, applying for something, this is your reminder that you don't need everything. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need guarantees. You just need to begin. Let your imperfect action teach you, because sometimes the first step, even if it's messy, it's the most powerful one.